Well, that was a rough game for me on Sunday night, but it all gets a little sweeter because the Chiefs, for the first time in 10 years, are missing the playoffs.
And Phil Rivers didn't do too bad against the Seahawks defense. Come back out of 5 years.
That was okay.
This was a good week. I liked it. I think this was a great early Christmas present, don't you think?
For the most part.
I was screaming a lot before, and I feel like if I scream more, I'm going to lose my voice. So that's why I'm not screaming about it. But trust me, I am like ecstatic about the Chiefs losing. Glory be to Jesus Christ.
Glory forever. Welcome to Dynamite Duo Sports, the podcast where we break down the NFL's top storylines with the facts, including the fact that Phillip Rivers had more passing touchdowns than Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes combined this week.
And Drake May, because he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
And Drake May. I'm Giuseppe.
I'm Antonio.
And today we're going to be recapping what was NFL Week 15. We are recording this before the Monday Night Football game, so we will put the score right here, and you'll be able to see what happened in that game. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. Thursday Night Football, you had a thriller. Falcons defeating the Buccaneers 29-28. This game, like, Kyle Pitts went off, and
for anyone who started him in fantasy, I don't know if you saw something coming or someone on the inside told you something, but I would like to know, please.
Yeah, because I got destroyed by this guy, and now I'm out of a playoff of one league. The hell
Not me.
Anyway, and then, the Buccaneers, the Falcons had 19 penalties, and they still won this game. That's how bad the Buccaneers were. Like, defensively, obviously, if you let Kyle Pitts go for 3 touchdowns, 140 yards, something's probably wrong. So, then the Buccaneers, like, Mike Evans looked good.
He had crazy catches. So,
yep. And this game would have been very devastating for you if it weren't for another result this week. So, get it together or you're in trouble, Buccaneers. Then we had the Ravens defeat the Bengals 24-0.
Joe Burrow is not happy with that team. And neither is Jamar Chase. And honestly, this is the same problem as First Take talked about this morning. They were talking about how, the same thing happened with Carson Palmer 20 years ago with the Bengals. The atmosphere is back to being awful. And I don't know what's going to happen next season with the Bengals. It's going to be weird what will happen.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going
to happen. Ravens, again, Joe Burrow threw 2 picks. One was a pick 6. Lamar did nothing special. He threw like 8 out of 12. Didn't do anything. Derrick Henry ran the ball, got 100 rushing yards. So, again, it's like I think the Bengals are just done. They're just like done this year, basically, is what I saw in that game.
They might just be done.
Period. Yeah, they just might be done, period. So, again, Ravens could still make the playoffs, but, again, they had to play Patriots next week, play Steelers again. So, they might not, and they got to play Packers too. So, it would be interesting what happens to the Ravens, but I still don't think they'll make it. I think this was just the Bengals giving up game.
Yeah,
which is sad to see.
And to say the least, this offseason will be very interesting.
Yes.
Then we had another shutout. The Eagles defeating the Raiders 31-0.
Now, I will say
you want a cookie, Eagles?
I will say something about this. This is what was expected of the Eagles. It's like if you want to show that you guys are a team that deserves to be in the playoffs, you gotta shut out the Raiders. And they did that.
Well, I mean, the only reason you're getting into the playoffs is because your division sucks.
Yeah, but
I'm saying as a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, but again, they did what they were supposed to. They played the strategy that they played last year, where it's like they run the ball a lot and then they throw the ball when they have to. And when they do, Jalen Hurts 12 out of 15, 180 yards, and 2 touchdown passes, something like that. Nothing flashy, but prioritizing the run and then throwing when they have to. And it would have been 13 out of 15 if Dallas Goedert didn't drop a pass in the end zone. But, again, that's the kind of offense that the Eagles need to run. But at the same time, you can't tell if this means they're good or not. I don't think it means they're good or not because it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders. So you can't say, this is a comeback thing. Did they do what they're supposed to? Yes. Does that mean anything? No, because it's the Raiders. And the Raiders are arguably now the worst team in the NFL this year.
Yeah, but good luck against either the Seahawks or the 49ers in your first
Which is who most likely you'll be playing one of those.
Good luck.
Unless the Bears win up or Packers win up and then they get up and 49ers drop back to 7 seed. Possibly maybe that scenario. But even then, I don't see being anybody in the playoffs right now. I don't see that happening.
Except maybe the NFC South. But you're not going to play.
Yeah, we're not going to play
So-
them. So
All right. Then we had the Texans destroy the Cardinals 40-20.
which is the kind of thing we need to see from the Cardinals off defense is like
Semi-good.
everything about the Cardinals is mid. Everything about the Cardinals is mid. So for the Texans offense to be like not that good this year, to play very well in this game, that's a good sign.
That's why CJ Stroud was in my top 10.
But again, no. But again, the Texans defense put them in positions to where they didn't have to drive that far down the field to score. Though.
Still 40 points is 40 points.
But the Cardinals defense has allowed a lot of points this year, though. So again,
Not to everybody.
most except for like what Buccaneers,
Cowboys.
Oh, so you're gonna compare? Oh, yeah, that's not a comparison.
Well, that actually is a good comparison because our offense. You think our offense is better, right?
Your offense has been good, and then they're wacky. It's like back to the Des Bryant era of the Cowboys offense. Like it depends how Des Bryant plays. Literally, that's what I see in the Cowboys offense this year. Yeah. They have some really good
Does
games.
George Pickens show up or did he not show up?
And then Brandon Aubrey missed some 2 field goals. We'll talk about it later.
And then they all glorious, except for at the very end where Mahomes went out with the ACL tear. So that's the only
that
thing.
does suck. I'm sorry he's hurt. But but they lost, and I honestly
Chargers defeat Chiefs 16-13.
They sweep.
When's the last time the Chiefs have gotten swept by one of their division opponents? I want to know.
Was I even alive?
Probably back in the Phillip Rivers days.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're in those days. So
yeah, like I'm just so happy how this game turned out. Chiefs are the playoffs, which means this playoff season is going to be much more relaxing and refreshing because the Eagles are probably not. They're not a Super Bowl team right now at all. Chiefs are out, so it's just a more open season for the playoffs. There are a few teams that are considered the top candidates, but still more open than it ever has been.
Yeah.
For the past 10 years.
If Justin Herbert can get his hand better, and he doesn't have to worry about
all I
his
want,
hand.
I will say, all I want in this playoffs is a fair playoffs. If the Chiefs are not in there, refs, there should be nobody you should favor.
Except for the Patriots.
Or the Bills.
Because
they do favor the Bills sometimes. And they did in a couple plays in the recent Sunday game. But
Crimea River.
Yeah, I know.
And then, speaking of that game, you had the Bills come back against the Patriots 35-31.
And the interesting thing about this game, too, is that the Bills have had, is it 3 or 4 now, comebacks. And that's something that's dangerous. They're similar to the Broncos in the fact that, like, it doesn't matter if you're winning by a ton of points. If the Bills readjust right in the second half, just like Broncos, you're going to lose. And if you're not ready for that, you're going to lose. So, in this game, the Bills were losing 21-0. They came up 21-7, then 24-7. And then Josh Allen did his magic, brought them back. The Bills' defense stepped up in the second half, held the Patriots to only scoring 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, the Bills did. What happened in this game is it officially puts the Bills as like one of the top contenders for Super Bowl once again. The Patriots are still one of the top contenders only because there's only like 3 teams in the AFC which are considered the top. And the rest are all kind of could have potential to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from this game. So
yeah, same basically. Like Bills are a top dog. I know you're not gonna have to play in Buffalo, but you got to go through Buffalo.
Yeah,
to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. Then speaking of one of those teams that could be interesting for the AFC, you had the Jaguars destroy, which they should have, the Jets 48-20.
Well, if someone in fantasy started Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts this week,
you better have won.
You better won because that's just 90 points from 2 players.
Or be in the lead, depending on how your playoff system is. But,
right.
Yeah, Jaguars 6, Trevor Lawrence 6 passing touchdowns.
Insane.
That's amazing for Trevor Lawrence. So, like, because honestly, for me,
this Jaguars team is looking interesting.
It's looking up.
It's a team that people shouldn't be sleeping on, but they are. That's what I'll say.
Yeah,
it's a team that
everyone's definitely sleeping on.
Everyone's sleeping on them, and it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be because they could end up upsetting a team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So next week's game will be interesting. If you look up on the board, you'll see what the Jaguars are playing.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right. Then we had a game that literally meant nothing.
Nothing.
Commanders defeated the Giants 29-21. Jackson Dart yet again had to go into the medical tent to be evaluated for a concussion.
I think honestly with the Giants is they need to rest him. They need to get a head coach like John Gruden, who told Jackson Dart, "You're gonna get a lot of concussions in the NFL if you don't cut this
Yeah,
out."
they need a head coach that's going to tell them to stop.
Yeah,
And not a coach like their interim coach saying like, "Oh, we're not changing the way we play."
Like that's the problem with the Giants. They keep saying we're not gonna change. We're not gonna change.
Well, you're not coming back next year.
It's just yeah. I think John Gruden would be the best because he liked Jackson Dart a lot when he met him. He just told him you just got to learn how to protect your head.
Yep.
So if John Gruden could be their head coach, that'd be perfect for them if they stay healthy.
Yep.
God willing.
And then
that's what I hope.
Commanders, good job.
Good.
You're
job.
our only hope at this point.
Yeah.
And then you had the Bears destroy the Cleveland Browns 31-3. Shedeur
like I
had
said,
his worst game as a pro.
As I said, with the Bears, that I didn't have a concern for them, even though losing to Packers, it was a close game, like I predicted. I just think Packers would come out in the end. So it's a close game against the Packers, and this week I was pretty confident they beat the Browns. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost, but they proved to me about me not having concerns for them. So I think they're going to playoffs.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't see because the
unless the Lions are sneaky. Because I think they're 2 games ahead of them right now, right? 2 games ahead.
Yeah.
The Bears. Okay. If the Bears lose one more game, the Lions win out. They meet the last week. That'll be for the playoff spot.
Yeah, and the Lions would get it because they beat them twice.
Yep.
So it is interesting, and the Bears should be concerned about that. But I'm not necessarily concerned about how good the Bears team is because the Lions are a good team. So it's like next season,
here's the thing.
They're just in the wrong division.
If you could beat the Packers this week,
then maybe the Lions will take the Packers. Well, no, they sweep them. Yeah, they swept them. Yeah. So that would happen.
Yeah, I have no idea what will happen.
So it'll be interesting. Everything will be interesting this year without the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yep.
All right. So next up in the 4:00 games, Saints being Panthers 2017.
Yeah, I blew it.
And I picked the Panthers. I'm telling you, man. Every time I pick Panthers. Every time I think they're going to win. So, Panthers. Yeah, silence. That's all there is about your team. Silence. It's just like, if you go to playoffs, I'm pretty sure you'll upset the first team you play. But then you're going to get demolished by whatever team you play next. Because that's just your kind of football this year. And if you can find a way to become consistent next year, good for you. You'll be a dangerous team.
Swept by the Saints. Like, I know the Saints are scrappy, but come on.
Yeah, it's just like, and the weird thing is that they still a decent chance they're going to win the division if the Buccaneers don't get it together.
Yeah, that's this next 3 weeks are going to be who wants to win this dumpster fire.
The thing I really want to happen is I want the Buccaneers, after losing Falcons, to actually finally step up with Todd Bowles. I don't think it'll happen, to finally step up and play well, so that going into the playoffs, they've had a ton of good games.
You know what I think?
That's what I want.
You know what I think?
What?
I think the Buccaneers fans want them to lose, so they can get rid of Todd Bowles.
I know that's might be honestly what you should go for, in my opinion. But anyways, next up, Rams being the Lions, 41-34. It was a good game. Lions put up a good fight especially with the injured secondary they have. At one point, it looked like they were going to win the game.
But at some point, that defense.
The defense just couldn't hold it anymore. And again, if the Lions weren't so injured, they would definitely be one of the better teams this year. That's the big problem with a lot of NFL teams this year is all the injuries they're dealing with, and that's the consequence of how many games they've lost. The Rams, Devontae Adams hurt. It was a hamstring. Don't know how long it will be, but I will say this: if the Rams could beat the Seahawks Thursday night, and then I would say there's a very good chance you're going to get the bye week, and you should probably just not start Devontae until the division around the playoffs to make sure he's extra healthy, because at his age you want to make sure he's all good to go, because
you guys are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you just need to beat the Seahawks this week and you should be in good shape.
Yeah, and you should be in good shape to get the number 1 seed to get the bye week, and then you won't have to worry about starting Devontae, which is not good for you, but
yeah.
All right, but yeah, in Lions, you're not out yet. It's gonna be really tough to get in, but you're not out. That's all I'll say about Lions.
Yep, you're definitely alive.
Next game. Oh, this was so sad. Seahawks being Colts 18-16. The thing about this game was, for someone who hasn't played for 5 years, comes in and plays against the Seahawks defense, he did good. He did good against a defense like that. And again, realistically, what he did was nothing special. He just did what he had to. And when there was like a little bit of time left on the clock, he went down the field. They kicked the field goal. They took the lead with like 47 seconds left.
If only they had been able to get a first. If they had been able to get a first down,
they would have milked the clock, and
then it would have been game over with either the Colts missing a field goal or Yeah, it's basically Seahawks wouldn't have had a chance. So
Yeah, so it was
it was bittersweet.
bittersweet, and honestly, I think the Colts are not out the playoffs. I think there's still a chance they can get in.
There's a chance.
There's multiple
Their
scenarios.
schedule is so much harder.
Yeah, their schedule's hard. And again, if Phil Rivers can play decent against the Seahawks defense, the only concern will come down to probably the last game against the Texans. So if they can beat the 49ers and Jaguars, which are tough teams to beat, if they can do that, then it's good. I think it might end up coming down to either being the Texans or the Chargers have lost. I think they'll have to beat the Texans either way. But it'll either come down to being the Texans to take their spot in the playoffs, or Chargers lose enough games since you have the tiebreaker and you go in instead of Chargers. So there's a chance, but it's not that necessarily that the Chargers are going to lose that many games, because there's a good chance they will against the Broncos and Texans. The big question is, can you win out? So, and again, do I see it happening? Probably not. But again, I think it was a pretty fun game to watch. And if they can keep it that close against Seahawks, there's hope. There's hope.
Sure.
That's what I'll say about the Colts. So I will give a shout out for someone who's not played for 5 years, comes in, almost beats them. That's impressive. NC State, represent. Next game, Broncos beating the Packers 34-26. I was watching this game. I saw the fourth quarter, and I saw it was like 27-26, and I was like, you kept the game close, Packers. You're going to lose. And they lost.
Well, then the bigger story is Micah Parsons. And
the big story is Micah Parsons being out for the season, and that ultimately could be the reason why the Packers are not going to make it far in the playoffs. Because Micah Parsons had... They
weren't going far anyway.
People would whatever makes you feel better. Because Micah Parsons would have like 3 guys block him sometimes.
If the Packers played the Seahawks or the Rams
the
49ers in the playoffs, they would lose.
No, it
even
depends.
With Micah Parsons,
it depends. It depends, honestly.
And who knows? Philly probably would beat him again.
No. Whatever makes he's just a butthurt Cowboys fan. Since they lost, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Have you noticed a trend? That's his only comeback. Make a good point.
No, because the only teams that Seppi likes to criticize are the teams that beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. So he's always butthurt about those teams. So didn't I just say I think the 49ers would beat them? You only pick 49ers because you hate the Eagles more.
No, Packers, Niners, they're both pretty even. So
you hate.
I said the 49ers.
You hate the Packers because.
And I said the Eagles would beat them. What is your point, dude?
You said maybe, but
I said they probably would.
Deep down, you would not pick Eagles.
Well, no, I wouldn't be rooting for them, but I said I think they could beat them.
The big thing about the game, though, is that Mike Parsons hurt. The way how he affected the defensive line, Seppi, for the Packers was a big impact on the defensive side.
Yeah, guess what? With your quarterback fumbling against good defenses or decent defenses. That's where your issue is.
They did score 26 points. Though their defense didn't step up in this game too. And at the end of the day, yes, Jordan Love should have gone down the field, scored, and he didn't do it. And again, the Broncos defense though is top 3 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, and you know who else is top 3 defense? The Seahawks.
But I don't see them playing the Seahawks if they go to playoffs.
They could.
They could, but I don't see that being the scenario unless it was like the championship.
No, the divisional round. It could be.
I don't think divisional round because if
5 seed.
Well, it depends on who
and then
wins.
The 6 seed wins?
What if the Eagles win, though?
Well, I don't see that happening against the 49ers either. So
if they did, though, then that's what I'm saying. Though. It's like there's a decent chance that like even they wouldn't play Seahawks till then. And the other 2 best defenses are in the AFC, so they don't have to worry about those technically. So the big thing would be about playing Seahawks. But yeah, ultimately, Packers losing Micah Parsons is the bigger concern because that's what helped their defense hold teams back. So we'll see what happens, but yeah,
whatever makes you feel better, I guess.
I mean, I don't care if Packers lose, they lose, Seppi. I'm not going to be like crying about it or making excuses about it. I'm just saying that losing Micah Parsons is going to be a big factor on the defensive side.
It's going to be a factor, but I'm just saying it would have happened either way.
No, I don't.
They just have an excuse.
I don't know. They probably still would have lost because they kept the game close. Because if you keep games close with the Broncos,
I'm talking about the playoffs.
No, because you never know. Because the Packers, even with Aaron Rodgers, they have huge turnarounds in the playoffs. The Packers have always done that. So that's why you can't say that. Like, that's what you said about against the Cowboys. And then the Packers crushed you. So that's why I'm saying you can't say that. The Packers proved you can't say that after that game.
That was the Cowboys.
Doesn't matter. They did it, though. So, yeah, they did it against your team. So, and that's why I say anything's possible. And especially that the Chiefs aren't even in the playoffs, even though it's NFC.
Congratulations. You beat
it could
the
be
Cowboys
anything.
in the playoffs. Everybody does it.
Not everybody, specific teams. Which is
literally almost everybody except for the Seahawks. Even they beating us.
That one was a long time ago, I feel like.
Yeah, it was a long time ago in 2000.
So for the next game, 49ers beating Titans 37-24. 49ers just they're playing really well. They're playing really well. Their defense is banged up, but they're still doing their defense is still above average.
Yeah.
They're still above average. And with how their offense is doing, that's enough. Christian McCaffrey, they didn't use him a lot in the game as much as they normally do because he had the back injury. And they got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
They got to keep a close eye on that so he's healthy to go in the playoffs.
They have some stuff to look forward to next year.
Titans are looking solid.
Get the right coach.
If they get the right coach, better offensive line, Cam Ward's just that really good QB. I think they can go places with him.
Yep.
So there's some positives to look forward to next season for Titans. But again, until I see it, I'm not going to be excited for it. So, And then Sunday nights.
Ugh.
And again, like I said when I made predictions, I wouldn't be surprised if it went this way, but I didn't pick it to be this way. Vikings beating Cowboys 34-26. I really do love how everybody's talking about how great J.J. McCarthy is. And again, great. The past 2 weeks he's done great, but they're against the Commanders defense and the Cowboys defense.
Secondaries in the NFL.
Yeah, he's going against but the impressive part about what he's done, even though it's bad defenses, is he's not even throwing to his best wide receiver. And Justin Jefferson actually dropped some passes.
He's dropping passes.
So that's a concern.
But you're not making the playoffs this year. You have plenty of time.
Not making the playoffs here. You got time to figure it out. But yeah, so it's like, again, the Vikings are going to be that kind of team where they just want to try and upset teams into getting them out of playoffs. They did it to the Cowboys. If they beat Packers, like they could kick the Packers out if Packers start losing, but which would be interesting. Who's their team?
They play.
I can't remember.
Do they play Detroit again? Yeah, they play Detroit on Christmas.
So that could also be a game where they just eliminate a team out of playoffs. So yeah, Vikings are going to be that team where if they play like they have the past 2 weeks, and against the Lions secondary, they could do that. They could be the Grim Reaper of teams trying to make a run for the playoffs.
Except for the fact that the Lions have Aiden Hutchinson, we don't. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
But and then for the Cowboys, I'll just take over right here. Yeah, we're done. It was fun while it lasted. Those 3 games, beat the Eagles, beat the Chiefs.
He actually had hope. That's the funny thing. He actually had hope that they were going to make it this year.
Well, yeah, because I looked at that, and then it just was due to the fact that the Eagles' offense was poo-poo, and the Chiefs' offense, in 3 drives in that game, just stalled. So, yeah.
Again, you guys thought it was you had a chance because you beat the past 2 reigning Super Bowl champions, but these past 2 Super Bowl reigning champions
are bad.
That's what I said. It's like, but again, that's still games worthy of celebrating because you beat the past 2 teams to win the Super Bowl. So even though they're bad, you beat them. So who cares? And you should. That is, no offense, your Super Bowl. That is your Super Bowl. Beating both of them.
I literally said it was our Super Bowl, basically.
Yeah. So it's like, again, there are things to be happy about for the Cowboys this year, even though you're going to miss the playoffs. I just hope you go 8-8-1 because that's what I predicted. And if that happens, that would be so amazing.
Can we go 7-9-1 instead, just for a better draft pick?
Just a better draft pick, so I can't brag about how they're going back to what they used to be. Perfectly average.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so those
and you get people posted a thing saying they can't even do 6-7 right because they're 6-7-1.
Thank goodness. So those are our recap of Week 15. Now we're going to the overreactions.
All right.
Seppi, you have a bonus, right? So
yep,
he will go first.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
I already know you have a bonus. I just don't know who it is. So
surprise for them. Anyway. So my first one is the Jaguars.
Okay.
They're Super Bowl contenders.
Oh. Yes, because
the
reason why Super Bowl contenders is because people are sleeping on them. You sleep on a team I feel like people slept on the Rams when they went to the Super Bowl. I think they kind of were.
Yeah, a little bit.
Cooper Kupp was great. People recognized that, but they didn't think no one thought they were going to make the Super Bowl. No one thought that. I didn't.
Yeah,
you
that's
didn't.
fair. That's fair.
So that's I know it's a big kind of exaggeration, but it's kind of similar to what Jaguars are right now. A little. It's a little similar.
Jacoby Myers their Odell Beckham Jr.?
No. Sort of. Like in a lower level version. I'm saying this is like a lower level version of what the Rams were. They're a team that they're sleeping on who, if the Bills collapse, let's say against the Texans if they played them,
they have a shot.
They have a shot. So I'm just saying, this is going to be so entertaining, no matter who goes, except for the Ravens. Let's hope they miss the playoffs. So If Ravens miss the playoffs, I don't care who goes.
It'll be a perfect AFC
I don't
playoff.
care. Anyone who wins, except for maybe Broncos. Because I don't want a low scoring Super Bowl. So no
You don't
really
want
great
Texans
defense.
either.
I don't want Texans or Broncos. But I'm still, ultimately, I would still be happy because there's no Chiefs. So that's what I'll say about that. So yes, I agree. So next, my first team is the Bengals.
Hmm?
Joe Burrow is going to request to be traded. He's done.
That one's tough.
I will make.
actually.
Do you want to make my argument real quick?
Sure.
So when they asked him about his comments about earlier this week, he said, I wasn't talking about Cincinnati. But a lot of people said he didn't say the team. He talked about the city. So as in, like, he doesn't hate the city. But that doesn't mean he doesn't
You sure
hate
he
the
didn't
Bengals.
say his front office?
Nope.
I could have sworn I heard that.
He didn't say I'm not upset with Cincinnati's office. No, he said he just said I'm not upset with Cincinnati. So that's the thing. People, and, like, every former NFL player, even like Cam Newton and such, they were talking about how, like, he wants to leave. There's the way he acts, his body language, he does not want to stay there. So, I mean, so that's why it's an overreaction, though, because there's a chance he could actually request to leave. And there are teams that would take him, like Colts, but I don't think they can
Okay,
because
you
they
know
don't
what?
have enough picks.
This is because
49ers, Vikings.
This is because I want it to happen.
You want it to happen.
I want it to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my ideal team is the Vikings. For him to
Yeah,
go to.
which would be good.
Gets to go reunite with Justin Jefferson. They get trade JJ McCarthy, who looks promising. Bengals, look at the quarterback prospect. He looks promising.
But heck, even the 49ers.
He's cheap.
The 49ers might go for him. They trade Brock and Ayuk for Burrow and Higgins, like 3 first-round picks.
Brandon Ayuk needs to just be cut. I don't think I wouldn't want Brandon Ayuk.
But I'm saying that, like, if I mean, or give Brock Purdy and Ayuk and 2 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. That's a really big pack, but I think it'd be worth it.
I don't know, honestly. I wouldn't want Brandon. Why would they need 3?
And I feel like Joe Burrow would have a great. They can trade or give T Higgins or Brandon Ayuk to someone else if someone wants him.
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
All
right.
Anyway. Now the Seahawks. This is me officially. I am out on the Seahawks. They're done. They don't have a chance. No chance.
Do you know what I recognize about this year, about the Seahawks? It's the same thing as the Vikings last year in that division. Lions, Vikings, 2 top teams with, like, the best records in the NFC. Sam Darnold's the Vikings, and that's the Seahawks. Rams are the Lions. And that's what I'm seeing this year with the Seahawks, is it's going to be the same thing over again. That's what I keep saying about, like, Sam Darnold. Like, does he look great? Yes. But he likes to choke a lot, especially against good teams.
Here's the thing: it's the Colt against the Colts yesterday. What?
Like no touchdowns against the Vikings.
Nothing.
No touchdowns against the Colts.
I wish that my team could just kick field goals and we win the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's the thing with Seahawks. Like they're not clicking. When you stop the deep pass, he can't do anything. That's what I've been saying this entire time about Sam Darnold. That's what I've been saying. So. You're officially out. I've been out on them ever since they lost to the Buccaneers.
I don't know. I just had a little.
Since hope. I would like to see Seahawks do well because I don't hate Seahawks. It's just Sam Darnold. There's just that thing of like he chokes. Like when I saw the Seahawks play the Buccaneers, it was a close game, but he threw the pick. I'm like, same as last year. He gets pressured against a team that's playing well and he loses. In the playoffs, every team's a good team except for Eagles. So if you play Eagles, maybe you'll win that. Yeah. But yeah. So all right, my next team, Bills.
What's he gonna say?
The Bills are officially the Super Bowl favorite to win this year.
Ooh.
The number 1 team to win Super Bowl.
Ooh.
What they've been doing the past couple weeks, they've done impressive things. They're starting to click really well. Josh Allen's looking back in his MVP form. He's expecting a child. Congratulations, Josh Allen and to Haley Steinfeld. And they're just Super Bowl contenders. Everything's going right now for them. Everything's going their way. So
it is now or never Buffalo.
It's like the meme from Endgame, Doctor Strange. One chance. This is your chance. No Bengals. Possibly no Ravens. No Mahomes. No Burrow, Mahomes, or Lamar. It's yours to take, guys, and you got to take it. And this is the year. And especially, okay, let's say, and if the Rams get upset in the NFC, up in the playoffs,
then you should beat anybody.
You should beat anybody else that comes out of that.
So
I think this is your Super Bowl to win, and I hope you do because I would love to see Josh Allen win Super Bowl, especially since Buccaneers are not going to win it this year.
Yeah, and good news is you probably won't be playing a team from the NFC East, so you should win.
Yeah, so
all right,
do it
now.
Get it done.
My final one
Get on with it.
is the Packers. They are definitively not Super Bowl contenders anymore, and they will not make it to the NFC Championship.
No, yeah, I agree with that because it's just because all the injuries and all the injuries is gonna ultimately you can't win a Super Bowl when you lose all your key players. Like Micah Parsons, a player that you signed, key player. James Reed left the field hurt again. Their wide receivers keep getting hurt.
And Watson got hurt.
Watson got hurt.
But he should be back soon. But
Matthew Golden was playing well, but again, he also is probably prone to get hurt again. So it's just like again, any team that's dealing with too many injuries, they're not going to make it.
And
so
also,
if the Packers were healthy, I would say yes.
If I'm the Packers, I am focusing this offseason on getting a legitimate number one wide receiver for your team.
Yes,
you need that.
That too. They need to get another actual legitimate wide receiver one. They need that.
And everything else is great on their team.
Heck, if Jamar Chase,
except for wide receiver.
If Jamar Chase wants to leave the Bengals, like the way he's talked after the Sunday game, hey,
I was thinking more just pick up an old Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, no, of course that's not what you meant. That's totally a wide receiver one, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
All right, my last team, the Buccaneers. Buccaneers. No one will disagree with this. No one will. This is a statement and a fact. They need to fire Todd Bowles. He's the problem. He's not willing to change anything, and they keep losing. Every year they look so good, and then they end up becoming a very mediocre team or mediocre record at the end of every year. It's just he's got to go. Heck, maybe Brian Dable and Baker Mayfield. That'd be sweet. Or heck, Mike McCarthy. I would take Mike McCarthy over Todd Bowles.
Yeah, that's not an overreaction either.
Or maybe John Gruden. Wasn't he with head coach before?
Yeah, that would be.
Bring him back.
He's in the Ring of Honor. Oh,
bring him back.
Yeah, that's weird. Actually,
bring him back. if you're allowed to bring him back, even though he's like in their Hall of Fame, wherever it is, I would take him back.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So, and I'm sure Baker would be ecstatic.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And then also
get somebody.
Yeah,
get somebody. Yeah, anybody.
And also,
if only you kept Liam Cohen, you could have made him.
And
your
also,
head coach.
The defense is getting old. So can we fix that too?
Yeah, your defense. Sorry, the defense you had with Tom Brady, they weren't 30 yet at that point. Now they are.
Yeah, and also, is Emeka Buka going to be okay as a wide receiver one when Mike Evans has to retire probably at the end of this year? I don't know. So
I mean, with how Mike Evans is playing this past game, he might be able to go one more year.
Yeah, I know, but it's just that injuries are going to start piling up, I imagine. But
maybe they should draft another wide receiver.
Maybe they need to focus on that defense.
True.
All right. The Chiefs is my bonus.
But they're out of the playoffs, so what's your...
They just need to embrace a full rebuild for this season. And if Mahomes is injured for at least half of the season, like just very possible.
I have a question once you're done.
Next season.
What does rebuild mean to you? What does that mean?
Tank. If you can make it look like you're not trying to tank.
When you say rebuild, do you mean you need to let go of Travis?
Yeah, don't re-sign Travis Kelce. Number one.
Let go of Andy Reid? Is what you're saying? No. Are you saying you need to let go of some players, or are you saying that you know what? Tank?
I think you should get rid of your offensive coordinator and bring back Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah. So you're saying you need to get rid of some people, but mostly the ultimate thing is to just tank.
Yeah, tank and get better players.
Might as well. If Mahomes hurt, might as well. Yeah. Again, you're out of the playoffs. And are there any teams that you're going to be playing that are
beatable?
To upset besides Broncos? But again, Broncos are already going to make the playoffs, so it's like there's nothing to upset. You're playing Titans, you're playing Broncos, and I don't even know who the other team was.
Raiders.
Yeah, so it's like you might as well just tank and lose those teams so you can get better draft pick because you can't be like the Vikings right now where you can doom people's positions in the playoffs, kicking them out. There's no one to beat because Broncos are still. You might be able to beat Broncos, and maybe if Chargers play well, they have an opportunity to take the division. But again, that sucks for you either way. Chargers or Broncos.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would give Mahomes the next year to fully recover and to make sure that he comes back 100% because ACL tears can be very nasty.
And it can ruin your career.
It can ruin your career.
Kirk Cousins, literally, after he came back with his ACL, he had one game and then except only against the Buccaneers. Every other game he played, no.
Yeah, you gotta make sure he's healthy before he comes back.
Aaron Rodgers got hurt at the very beginning of a season and then it come back all the way till the next season to play.
Yeah,
That's how long it takes to heal. That's a whole year. It's safe to do a year. It says 9 to 12 months, but a whole year is the safe way. And a whole year means Mahomes will not be able to come back till December. And at that point, depending what your record looks like, it would be best just to keep him out all of next season.
So just focus on the future, Kansas
But
City.
I will say this about Chiefs. Welcome to the life of most NFL fans. Or welcome back to what it
missing
used
the
to be
playoffs?
of missing the playoffs. And also, or what it used to be like 15 years ago for
Yeah, I
Chiefs
know.
fans.
You guys got to go to the playoffs 10 straight years.
It's insane.
That would be nice. So, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think that the Chiefs should do for next season? Do you think they should tank, or what do you think they should do? Let us know. Also, give us your hot takes, I guess, for the playoffs coming up. Your favorite playoff teams, the underdog, who you think could be sneaky. I don't know. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Giuseppe.
I'm Antonios.
And this has been Dynamite Duo Sports.
What a great Christmas present.
You know,
We'll see. I'm on a nice list, so I got Chiefs losing. You're on the check twice. So you got a good thing and a bad thing. So
I'll tell you.